Greetings and welcome, everyone. It's All You Can Geek Gamecast, episode 472. I'm one of your hosts, Jim Gass, joined by Mike Sneedy.
What's up?
Corey Feinsod.
Yo.
And Tony Korkanakis.
Hello.
Welcome, guys. Welcome, listeners. Welcome, viewers, to 472 of the Gamecast. Whew. All right, guys. We have... I'm excited. I'm so excited still for the movie cast. I was so excited today about Disney Plus. But anyways... Yeah, we are in the Gamecast here. We have a bunch to talk about, more to talk about next week. I'm going to just preview this right now for all you guys. The Bet is coming. Thursday. The Bet is coming. And then I was reminded, Tony, of a second bet, which I completely forgot about, but we both know it's there, is the Metroid Beyond Good and Evil 2.
Yeah,
Beyond Good and Evil 2 is rumored to be showing up next year. Like at E3.
Well,
That's
we also had, didn't we have a Mass Effect bet or something? And
yes, we did. We did.
There was that too.
I think I took both you and Mike on, right?
I definitely didn't get in that. I definitely didn't get in that. Yes.
Oh, I know. I think that we have to look at there's something with Mass Effect.
It's got to be on the list. We have to find it, but
Needs to be announced, I think, at some point.
So, for those wondering, first of all, the first one was NPD for Tony and myself. With Red Dead Redemption, which I think I have a legitimate chance this month.
Nope.
I really do. Oh, I really do. Don't forget, it was not out on PC yet, Corey.
Doesn't matter.
No. Top 20.
No.
I got
There's
a shot.
nothing out.
What are you talking about?
I mean, there's not enough. I'm sorry. There's not enough out. Like, what's gonna happen is
Luigi's Mansion
you're
will
gonna have
chart.
one game dominate, but then everything else is still gonna be there because
Everything else
it's
will
only
still
one
be
game's
there.
dominating. Yeah.
It's gonna move off. It's gonna move off the charts. It's gonna do it. It was 16 last month.
No. I
Luigi's
don't-
Mansion, Call of Duty. What's the other one? Luigi's Mansion only had one day, but it's still charting top 20. We all know it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm telling you, it can get pushed off that list. This is it. This is the month.
Yeah. No. I mean, it came down to the wire. It looks
Yeah.
like.
It did. But this was the month I was betting on. Like, I knew it. Like, when I made the bet, I knew that this was the month. So, I knew I have no shot. Actually, at the point in November, I thought maybe I had that before I knew about PC. But whatever. That's why I said 11 months was the bet, because I thought maybe I'd have November. But we both know November's not happening.
I thought it was 13 months, wasn't it?
Oh, it's 13 months. It was 13 months, yes.
Because it's more than a year now.
Yes,
Yeah.
It was 13 months. So, all right, let's get into what I've been up to, though, guys. I got to say, I've been playing more Outer Worlds. The only thing about this game I wish I had done was known about the, I could lessen some traits to increase other ones. Like, I wish that, I feel like my character's not customized enough to me. Like, he's good. Like, he's pretty close, like, the way I want to play it. Man, did I run into a problem even on that first, like, mission. I'm only on the second planet now. But not second planet. I left the first planet. I'm in the, so I'm not far. But I had a really hard time in that one big mission for the first planet, the power cell. I don't want to give a lot of spoilers for those who are still playing this too. But I was not equipped for that because they're...
I know what your problem is.
Yeah.
You can't fight mechanicals.
Yeah. So there was a lot of running. Actually, at one point, believe it or not, I was trying to fight. I got through a lot of it by fighting, and then towards the end, I died like 3 times, and I'm like, I think I'm going to make a run for this. And I did. I made a run, flipped some switches, ran all the way back, flipped another switch, it was done. So, but I am still playing my character, but I have become a little bit of a convert a little bit in terms of how can I optimize my experience. So basically, when I go into a conversation now, it's if I have any options to persuade or lie or do something, I take it and I get that experience. Then usually the conversation will go, because I got to play both sides here, and I did. And I played both all the way through to the end. So I maximized my experience in that first mission, like as much as I could. Especially because I ran through most of it at the end for those robots. So, but I don't know. I really like that freedom of, clearly you don't have to fight things as much. There was options in the main campaign, like the main mission, that you could have done that I chose not to, which is not very in character so far for myself. But I decided to, for now, be nice to some people, just because I feel like they can help me later on. So that's why. Trying to be as vague as possible with the story, but I'm like, I'm going to play this for me. I'm still playing it for me. Like, what's in it for me? That's always my question for people. So.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I should get back to that game, but like I just got buzz killed off that second planet. I was just like,
yeah,
fighting the same enemies, seeing the same loot. I was just like,
yeah. It hasn't hit me yet, so we'll see. That hasn't hit me yet because I haven't gotten there yet. But I'm on the ship afterwards. Actually, I went. You know what's funny is I just went to the planet, and apparently that's not something the game wants you to do. It really yelled at me not to get off my ship because I will die. So, yeah. So it told me that, and I was like, okay. So I went to the ship instead. But I didn't even know about fast travel, by the way, for like the first mission. I ran all the way back home from like after I finished it. I ran all the way back to the main city, Edgewater, and then I'm like,
really?
Yeah. And then I'm like, wait. I thought there was a fast travel system. I'm looking, I'm like, oh, Jesus, there is. And I'm like, I didn't have to run all the way through the enemies.
Hey, at least it wasn't another Tales of game.
No. And I'm staying on top of
I found out in the first section.
I'm staying on top of my perks, too, this time, guys. I am staying on top of the perks.
And I mean, I don't find myself fast traveling that much just because, you don't need to too much. You can sort of run everywhere.
Well,
it's not like
the mission,
far.
just like the length to get back to my ship after finishing that story, I was like 700 kilometers or whatever it is.
The ship is a little out there.
Yeah, so I'm like, I fast travel to that. I did pick up that perk for traveling encumbered.
Yeah.
So I figured that's going to be useful later on, especially with a Fallout style game. That happens to me all the time because I pick up everything. So, but
yeah.
I did wonder about one thing though, guys. Maybe you can answer my question. There's main characters in the story, like the woman that was running the opposite thing of Edgewater.
Mm-hmm.
She's in her own room when you're talking to her. Can you just shoot her?
Yeah, you could shoot her at it.
But but if you do this, does the town know you killed her?
If you tell someone.
Because I wondered if I could just shoot her. I haven't done it yet, and I'm like, I wonder if I just went in and shot her instead of this whole bullshit. Because you know how you can steal things as long as nobody there, nobody catches you. It's fine.
Yeah.
But
I think so because there's this one character where you had to go into this certain area, and at first they're hostile, but I talked my way out of it. And then I was just like, oh, they're cool with me. But then I was like, nah, you guys are dicks. I want you all to die. So I just straight up shot the dude, like just right in the back of the head. And all the dudes in the immediate area aggroed, and I killed them all. But then I was exploring more, and I found some other people. And they were still like, haven't seen the boss in a while. Wonder what he's been up to. And I'm just like,
okay, it does work that way. So that's awesome. That's a good mark of. I like that. I didn't want to like aggro the entire town, so I was just like I didn't do it. And I'm like, but I probably would have.
No, that yeah, I may have done something like that on a second playthrough.
Okay. I know she's by herself, and so it's like, and even like the dude in Edgewater, which you can kill as well.
He's definitely not by himself, so.
But I know, but then you could probably kill the two guards and be fine. That's what I'm thinking would happen.
I'm not so sure about that because at one point in the later game, and this was actually kind of annoying, I walked somewhere I shouldn't, and then I did all my speech checks already. I used them up, and then I just walked to the restricted area and out, and then everyone in the town became aggressive and stayed aggressive when I was in that part of town for a long time. It seemed like, so that was kind of weird. So I'm not sure if it's line of sight or just like nearness, but
okay. Yeah. All right, well, that's it for me, really, for gaming-wise. Tony, what have you been playing?
Been playing more Smash Brothers. Terry Bogard came out.
Oh, yes, that's
for the DLC character. And he's just so fun to play. I'm actually really happy with his implementation because at first, when they announced him, I was like, all right, cool, I like the character, but after how Ryu and Ken turned out, I was just like, they don't really fit the Smash Brothers style too well. And just in terms of like, their movesets aren't really suited for that, but Terry is just straight up awesome. His mechanics are just really good. And kind of like with all the DLC characters so far have had like gimmicks. So his gimmick is that if he gets over 100% damage meter, he unlocks new moves with input commands and stuff like that, and they're just it's stupid silly if you catch people off guard with that and whatnot. And the cool thing is his stage, which is like the King of Fighters arena, there's no platforming. It's just kind of like a regular fighting game stage, but the edges have like this invisible barrier that if you get bounced, if you get hit, you bounce off of it up to a certain percentage, it'll start breaking, kind of like glass damage, I guess, or whatever like that. So it has this like really interesting like feature mechanic to Smash that hasn't been seen before. And then the really cool additional thing about this was that he came with 50 freaking soundtracks from like SNK's thing. It's absurd. Like Sakurai, he did this like recorded director, whatever like that, and he's talking about it was like 40 something minutes, and he's like just praising SNK and like Neo Geo and all that stuff. And he's like, oh, moving on to the song selection, my team and I, we put together a list, and as usual, like when we're working with third parties, they will usually pare it down to like, yeah, we'd like these ones are approved or whatever like that. So thinking about this, we submitted 50 expecting about 10 maybe, and they came back and were like, yeah, you can use them all. And they're like, oh, okay, like, cool. So there's just 50 soundtracks added to the one character for whatever it is, $6.99 or something like that. So it's just awesome. So yeah, been enjoying that. Played more League of Legends, got to the gold rank in the season, so I'm happy with that. Did it a little bit earlier than usual this year. And that's about it. Looking forward to Pokemon on Friday.
Oh yeah, that's soon.
We'll have impressions on that.
I don't remember if I pre-ordered that anywhere. I'm like, I don't even know if I did.
You definitely need to check.
Yeah. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. You know what's funny is I did not make that statement for that reason, but now I'm like, oh shit, I definitely need to check. Yeah. Corey, what have you been up to?
Just still going through a little bit of Borderlands. They have their Halloween event still going on. I think it's running until the beginning of December-ish. There's like a bunch of challenges, so I'm slowly working my way through those.
Okay.
But other than that, that's
much.
it.
All right, Mike?
So I beat Outer Worlds, as you may have
nice.
guessed. And I even started a second playthrough, as everyone tells you to do. And I don't know how much I like the idea. I mean, the game is good, but I felt it does feel a little, content-like to me. But, so I'm playing it again, and I'm trying some different things. But I had a big issue there at the end of the game, which apparently is getting patched this week. But in, like, one of the last missions, just, like, going into a room is a hard crash. Like, a super hard crash. Like, it's an end. It ends the game.
I heard about this, actually.
Yeah, and apparently there is a workaround before it. And you have to...
I think you did mention that.
It's a heck of a workaround, actually.
Yeah, you gotta go in a back door, pretty much, from a weird direction. And so I did do that. Actually, there's two workarounds. There's doing that or standing outside a doorway and doing something from afar. But other than that, the ending is pretty good, except there's a little bit too much of... there's a lot of like text that explains stuff more than I'm like, oh, I don't want to know all this right now. I'd rather see like DLC or sequels go into this. Like, I don't want to know like what happens 3 years in the future. But and it is a hard ending. But other than that, it's still fun, and I wanted to go through it again. The problem with me going through it again, though, is I wanted to do things way differently, but I tried to be like, a good guy the first time around, but I failed in two major faction things to actually come to a peaceful resolution. So now I want to be bad this time, but I also want to do the peaceful thing that I didn't do. So I'm still going to be mixed. I'm going to be all over the place. But yeah, it's good, but it's really mostly the gear and like because the game feels now to me more like a Mass Effect game almost than a Fallout game. Like it's definitely somewhere in between, and because of that, like I just kind of want a little more from like the characters or the story or the exploration. Mm-hmm. It's just not quite. It's like a hint that there could be something so great here, but it needs more time.
Yes, we said that. Yeah.
But I'm probably going to play through again, so I'm still really enjoying it. I put 50 hours in, I think, by now.
Nice.
Oh.
It's definitely really good, but...
Scratching that itch, at least.
It's scratching an itch, and I just I definitely, this game is a type of game where I'm like, I need DLC for this, but I don't know if it's going to happen. Just the way that creators talk about it, they seem sort of unsure, and also
nobody does the DLC anymore. It's just not worth their time.
Okay.
I mean, it might be someone else that does it.
Well, we'll see.
But Obsidian was the one that people always got into their DLC. So
that's true.
Who does Obsidian's DLC?
That's true. So
they made a huge amount of DLC for New Vegas.
that's what I mean. But they don't do it anymore.
It's also a decade
they don't do it anymore.
Yeah, that's sure, but like it's not like there isn't a bunch of DLC for like all the Assassin's Creed games.
I would absolutely assume that Obsidian has moved on to working either on the sequel of this or something new for Microsoft.
Well, just like Microsoft. Yeah, I was going to say Microsoft's going to want them to do their thing probably.
Yeah, especially after it's a new studio for them. They want to get something ready for their new Xbox. They've got them probably going right after that.
Who knows? Could be Outer Worlds too.
It could be, which would be an exclusive at that point, I would assume.
See, and also I've been playing Apex Legends because it's duos right now. So me and my friend who actually are into it, we went in and did that a bit. So
yep.
I kind of prefer that because it's easier to find one friend to play with than two. But yeah, same game.
Outer Worlds has also been confirmed to Switch, by the way. I forgot to mention that. That is 100% confirmed now.
That's old news.
I thought we didn't actually say confirmed. I know we talked about it, but I didn't know that we actually confirmed it because I was like, I don't know.
I think it's been definitely talked about before.
I know we talked about it, like we expect it, but I didn't think we actually confirmed that.
Yeah, they were like saying it wasn't going to be possible, and then the company like, oh, let's just show you a demo of what we think we could do, and then
I know we mentioned that, but I didn't know it was actually confirmed.
No, 2020, so it's happening.
Oh yeah, definitely. So what else we have here? This was interesting news I read today. There was somebody on Twitter who actually is really much in the know for these superhero video games, who came out and said that Warner Brothers has been trying to make a new Superman game since 2013, and has been like basically starting the projects and canceling the projects constantly because of the results they're seeing every time they do it. So this is why we don't probably have much from Rocksteady. I would assume they've been involved in one of these attempts.
I mean, at this point, anything by Rocksteady is going to be on next gen. Yeah,
I know. I'm just thinking, like,
are
they going to make? So I think we can rule out a Superman game at this point. I think that's what this is telling me, that I think we can rule it. I think they've got to have given up by now.
Oh yeah,
yeah. Sure. Unless it's a Justice League game.
I don't think so. I don't think it's Justice League game, Mike. I just don't. I don't think that I don't think the engine, because they're talking about how originally the Arkham engine just doesn't work for Superman.
No, the issue was they weren't planning to use it, and then WB's like, oh, you need to use this engine. And then they had to cancel it because they couldn't figure out how to redo everything. Like, that's what it said in the article.
Yeah. Well, I know, yes, but I don't know. I just don't think that we can... I just don't think they're going to work on Justice League game. I don't think it works.
But the reason why WB would tell them to make it in that engine is to maybe have something where they can bring a bunch of characters together in the future.
Oh, sure, definitely. I just don't see how they can get the Justice League, all different heroes like that, balanced and actually create a game with that. I just don't. That was what sounds like a lot of this problem was.
I mean, the thing is, like, we've heard about Avengers for years, and it's still... Yeah, like we're only just starting to see like the demo at New York Comic Con and stuff like that.
It's still okay, but it's not. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So like, if they're working on I'm not saying it's impossible, but if they've been working on Justice League, and it's even halfway done and still haven't showed it, like props to them, kudos. But like, I find it really, really hard to believe.
What are they working on then?
I think it's just another Batman game at this point.
No, not Rocksteady. Rocksteady is not making another pure Batman game.
Money talks.
Yeah, Montreal is going to make the Batman game. Rocksteady is not.
All right, something new IP. Then.
Rocksteady's got to do something.
New IP.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
It'll be new IP, not superhero related. You got to let it go, man. I'm just trying to help you out. I'm just trying to get you. Because if they announce something like next year and it's not a superhero game, how disappointed will you be?
I mean, I know that between the two companies, I'm going to get at least one thing.
You are going to get one. We already know this is happening. We're getting a Batman game from Montreal.
So I'm not going to be that disappointed, but it'll be I'll be very skeptical of Rocksteady doing anything else because they have no track record doing anything other than Batman, really. So we'll see.
Oh my God, what did they do before? I thought they had some good stuff before. They don't?
They had stuff, wasn't good.
That's a good line to go into the next bit of news. But let's just tie this into Stadia. So
That should be their tagline.
Yeah.
We have stuff, it's just not good.
we have stuff, it's just not good, or it's just old. Stadia's launch lineup has been revealed, which, by the way, now this costs people $10 a month right now. There's no free service from Stadia right now. So if you're an early subscriber, your games, there's 12 launch games that they're very proud to announce. Red Dead Redemption 2 is one of them. Give them credit here, right? You can play Assassin's Creed Odyssey, which is, pretty new game, right? We've been cutting edge. Destiny 2, which is the free one, for those wondering. These, by the way, you have to buy these other games. I'm sorry, I said that completely wrong. It's $10 a month for Destiny 2. And then you have to pay for these other games, which we don't know their cost.
Full price.
Is
Full
it
price.
$60?
That's what I've been reading. I don't know how confirmed that is, but that's what the general consensus
This
from
service-
social media has showed me.
This launches next podcast. This is going to be out. We will be talking about this next week, just to give you guys a heads up.
We
Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Oh, yeah. You have to cover this. This is going to be... I just don't expect this to go well. I just don't. I'll be shocked if people are actually very happy with what they see here. We got Just Dance 2020, Mortal Kombat 11, Thumper, all of the Tomb Raiders, Samurai Showdown.
All 2 or all 3?
All 3.
I thought it was all three.
It's all 3.
Oh wow.
And Assassin's Creed Odyssey. So, and then what do you get? Attack on Titans 2. Oh, that's coming in 2019. These are all coming soon. Borderlands 3, Darksiders, Xenoverse 2, Farming Simulator, Final Fantasy 15. Is it 15? Yeah, 15.
Oh,
Football
put
Manager.
that anywhere.
Yeah. So, I don't know. The problem with this service is it's $10 a month, and you have to buy all of these games. And I don't know what they're going to charge for these games. And we also don't know how long they're going to commit to these games. You know what I mean? Like, it's Google. If it was a different company doing this, you can give them the benefit of the doubt of not dropping it because you don't have a track record. But we have a track record with Google where they just turn it off. We have multiple instances, in fact, on this podcast of them turning our services off. I don't know what other proof people need to not want to give them their money for a permanent item that they're not going to have permanently.
Mm-hmm.
That's the problem. And I'm sorry if that I understand this. It's exciting for new technology, and I'm huge on this, but not this. Like, I'm not huge on this. I'm huge on new technology.
Again, I've been saying this for months now. Every time we learn something new about Stadia, the less interested I am. And it's amazing that
I don't know how less interested you could
right,
be.
that's what I'm saying.
Where's
That's
the
what I'm
level
saying.
here?
But like I figured they would have launched with at least one game. I was like, oh, okay, that's cool. That like exclusive. Like, oh, I'd try that out. There's, like, I'm looking at them like I can get all these games. Like I could buy half these games for $10.
How about give us a new third-party release at launch? There's plenty of them out.
Well, I mean, not even that. Just
Get Death Stranding.
Yeah. You just need something that is you need exclusives. I mean, if you're gonna sell a system, you have to have some reason for people to come to it.
Well, that's the idea. They're not selling a system. They're selling a service.
Yeah.
No, they're still selling you. They're selling the games to you from their store, which is like, tied to their service.
Yeah, just like, oh, you really love these games. Here's a new way to play them.
I feel like this should be set up like revenue sharing, where it's $15 a month to stream your games, and the games are there. Like, it has a library of 12 that you can play any of these 12.
The only people who I could think of who would like this is maybe someone who's super casual, who doesn't have a console or a gaming PC, but wants to just dabble in like last year's stuff and like that temporarily. Like, that's the only like market I can think of for something.
But then you
like
need
this.
to have, like, first of all, at home, you need to have the Chrome Ultra, right? Which is like a $70 device. And that's the only thing it
Well, I
works
mean,
for.
if you get the Founders Pack, you get that stuff.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
I mean, it's
What's the-
$170 or whatever.
for the Founders
But
Pack?
nobody on this podcast got that, right?
No.
Okay, just making sure. You did say you were almost gonna get it.
I don't know if he'd admit it if he did with the Ouya.
No.
I don't know if he would if he.
No, I mean, I fully admit I got a Ouya.
You
I
did,
mean,
but after the
that
Ouya,
had-
I'm saying I don't know if you would fully admit if you did right now.
No.
I
No, I mean,
don't
I would
know.
tell you guys I got it, but
Okay. all
Do
right.
you even have your Ouya anymore?
Yeah, I have it.
Do you do anything with it, or is it just...
It's just sitting in the closet.
You can probably mod that.
That's true.
Oh, you can. I mean, I did. It runs ROMs and stuff.
Yeah, there you go. That's only. I mean, that's one positive about that little device.
Mm-hmm.
So,
but no, as far as the Google, we know somebody who ordered it though. Bryn's boyfriend.
oh yeah, Jeff. Oh my God,
Yeah.
they'll be at the freeze out, guys. I cannot wait. I can't wait.
Yeah, we'll have to find out.
I forgot he said that. Yes, he did order it. He's the founder's package.
Yeah. The thing is though, like some founders, people aren't even gonna get theirs. Like they don't even know when. Like if they're gonna. It's
He may not even have it.
Yeah, the first come first served type of thing. So like we'll send them out as we get them in.
Yeah, I don't know. Other news: we've got Jedi Fallen Order coming out soon. This week? Yes, this week. If you didn't know that, it's coming out this week. There are no reviews out right now because they're embargoed until Thursday night. Until Thursday night.
I thought it was release day.
Oh, I thought it was Thursday night late. I thought it was 9 p.m. Eastern.
Mm-hmm.
Thursday
Well,
night.
that's probably when it comes out.
Yeah.
I think they do that whole like you can go to GameStop and get it before they close or something now. Because a lot of GameStops stopped doing midnight releases, and now they
It's probably safer.
right, and they just sell them at 9 o'clock or something.
Yeah. It doesn't bode well for the game. There's two things for this, and there's two reasons. Because I've got this article here about them holding embargoes, which arguably is a bad sign or a good, whatever you want to say of this situation. The second thing is they are not going to allow people to play it as EA Access trial time period, where they always give you the 10-hour of the game.
That also allowed you to play early too, right?
Yeah.
Access.
So they're not putting that on the EA Access right now. You can still get 10% off the game if you have EA Access. Whoop-de-doo.
Did they always? I mean, did they all their releases go?
Oh
EA
yeah,
Access
yeah.
though?
All of them have the free trial, 10-hour trial. They
Well,
said
this is also one of their only single player only games.
yeah,
Pretty
and
much.
they're saying that they
Like
don't want
the
to
other
focus on
ones are
spoilers.
just they're trying to create.
Could you beat
communities
it in
and
10
stuff.
hours? Is that why?
It's possible.
I think that might be very possible, and I mean their reasoning is in part to reduce the risk of spoilers. Which how does that reduce the risk
Is
of
this
spoilers?
canon?
Yes,
gotta
as
be.
far as I'm aware, yes,
Everything
absolutely.
now
Yes.
it has
It is
to be
canon.
by now. You got Saw Gerrera in it. It's got to be canon.
Oh, that's true. Well, that's
That's right,
because he's
man.
in it.
One of those great new Star Wars characters you
Doesn't-
guys
it
love
just
so
doesn't-
much.
I was not big hype for this. I want this game to be good. This game is not going to be good. I'm sorry.
I heard impressions that it was actually good, so I'm really
most
surprised.
most
that...
of the impressions have been pretty positive, but again, who knows if it's all just
Hype.
you know,
Yeah.
yeah.
I think that we all had a problem with how generic the main character seems.
He just is
and-
so generic. Yeah.
And he
But
just looks
that doesn't
dumb.
necessarily make it a bad game.
I'm sorry, but they had an opportunity to create any character they wanted, and they just picked like the most generic character they could go with. I just don't like that choice. I feel like it's a safety bet, and it's just like, I don't know. I want to enjoy this universe. We've said it how many times on the movie cast. I'm a huge Star Wars fan. I love my Luke Skywalkers. I love all of this, but I want new characters. I want different characters.
You're getting a new character.
He's a new character. He's redheaded.
This is a universe. I want alien characters. I want this is ridiculous. Like I want new characters that are different. I want, there's tons of Jedis that were aliens. That was that we saw that, and we don't get that here. I mean, that's just. I think it's a huge miss for them. I think it's absolutely a huge miss. So.
We'll see when it comes out.
Yeah. Well, I don't know.
I mean, it's Respawn too, which like they've
I
been
know
on
they have a good track record, but this embargo is huge. I think that's a big delay. Like if you release the embargo now, like it would be today, I could say okay.
Well, the thing is, I can understand some of it. Like, if there is like some story spoiler or something that's really pivotal, and that makes like they don't want people to get ruined on, I can understand.
But you got to look at the image you're presenting right now by keeping it locked up entirely.
Yeah, but if it's a good game, it's going to be a good game.
Yeah, I really didn't know it was embargoed that late until now. I wasn't that worried about it. It's not something I'm going to get at release.
No, this is one of those games that you're going to find.
It's a holiday game.
It might be a $30 game in a month, so I would be happy to pick it up for that, but I don't know. So, all right, anybody else got anything else for this?
Shenmue's going to be a $40 game in a month, so the week after it gets released.
First, that was a real post. Like that really was real, Tony.
Mm-hmm.
It's unbelievable. So,
yeah,
whatever. I'm so happy I didn't buy the digital version. I only bought the digital version. See, I have the Just I spent $30 on backing it, so I'm good. So I'm happy.
Well, you helped get it to fruition, Jim. You can say
did,
that.
and I didn't overspend. Now, if I want to go buy a physical copy of it, I can spend $40 and probably spend the same price most people did on the game when they backed it. But and have 2 versions of it. But I won't do that. So I'm happy that I put my money in to back it, but I'll have it cheaper. So I forgot that. When is that? What week is that? Soon, right? 2 weeks? Next week?
It's pretty soon because
when is that coming out? I just realized that. Like, I know they did the backer surveys, but is it next week?
It's like 19th or something.
Is it the 19th? There's a lot of games on the 19th, so.
I feel like
Yep, you're right. The 19th. There it is. Man, that's when I got to get through Outer Worlds. Okay. So, all right then. I think that's going to wrap up this episode of the Gamecast. Sorry.
Yes.
Wow. Thanks for tuning in. You can write us podcast at allyoucangeek.net. You can follow us on Twitter, allyoucangeek. You could like us on Facebook, please. We like that a lot. And subscribe to us on YouTube. We also like that a lot. So do that. Thanks for tuning in. Tune in next week. We're going to have some Stadia Fallout. I'm sure we'll have some news about that from impressions of other people online. We won't be playing it, but because you got to pay for it. There's no free. Is there a free trial at all for this?
No, you need the equipment to use it. So
yeah. So
right.
Well, I mean, what if you already have an Ultra? You might.
Mm-hmm.
I almost bought one last year. Actually, I just didn't, but I almost did.
They do say you can play on your phone, but you still need the controller, right? So
wow.
I don't know. We'll see.
All right.
That's the thing is, like, I really have no idea like what's going on with this. Like the marketing is crazy.
So
like, so much marketing.
You absolutely need a controller.
That's what I don't know. I don't know. I
Oh,
don't
and then
know.
the controller. The controller's Wi-Fi doesn't work. That was the thing they sold it on. Their Wi-Fi it doesn't work at launch. It's only Bluetooth.
I didn't think it had Bluetooth.
Apparently, that's not how it can. Oh no, I'm sorry. It's only wired. It may only be wired then. No, it pairs Bluetooth. I'm sure it pairs Bluetooth. It's slower.
Are you
it's
sure?
Not, absolutely does not support Wi-Fi at launch. I know that for a fact. And that
The
was
whole
big
thing
selling
was
point.
it was like the Wi-Fi
Yes.
controller,
And it does not support it at launch. Look it up. It's not. Trust me, that's not.
I
that's
do
not,
think I remember hearing about that.
Yeah, it didn't make
did.
launch. So, the big selling point of the controller and latency is gone. So.
Woo!
All right, now we're really done with this. Okay, thanks.
Stadia.
See you guys next week.
Stadia out.
Stadia out. Yep.